You cut back on coffee, you skip a night out, and you watch every transaction. But by the end of the month, your savings account balance is back at zero. A larger salary rarely fixes this. A significant number of Americans earning over $100,000 a year are still living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to keep a balance in their accounts. This gap in security is widespread. According to Federal Reserve data, 36% of households cannot cover a basic, unexpected emergency expense with cash on hand. When both low-wage workers and high-income earners are consistently zeroing out their accounts, the size of the paycheck isn't the culprit. The issue is a flaw in how our brains process money. The flaw is baked into the way we're taught to budget. We're told to pay the landlord, pay the utilities, buy the groceries, and then try to save whatever happens to be left at the end of the cycle. This sequence drains your willpower. Every small decision depletes your mental energy, making it harder to say no. By the time the next payday arrives, your energy is gone. Without a barrier, your spending expands to fill the balance visible in your checking account. This approach forces your future security to compete against your present-day desires. Every dollar in your account gets assigned to a current impulse before your future self ever gets a chance. To build a surplus, you have to remove decision-making from the equation. This is the anti-budget, a system that automates your goals so your brain doesn't have to. A common blueprint for this is the 50-30-20 rule, popularized by Senator Elizabeth Warren. It allocates 50% of your income to needs and 30% to wants, but the critical part is the final 20% for savings. This is how that rule works in practice. On the day after your paycheck arrives, 20% is routed immediately into a separate savings pipeline before you touch it. This creates invisible money. If you never see those dollars in your primary checking account, you stop registering them as spendable cash. The anti-budget works because it shifts saving money from a daily, active struggle into a passive background process. You can accelerate your progress toward that first $1,000 by adding tools like automated roundup apps to your daily routine. These round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and move the spare change into savings. Because the amounts are so small, they don't trigger the same emotional resistance as a large manual transfer. Once your savings are deducted automatically, the pressure is off. You can spend every dollar remaining in your checking account on your bills and lifestyle without second-guessing your progress. You reach the $1,000 mark fastest when you stop trying to save and let the system handle the heavy lifting. Crossing the $1,000 threshold is often the first time a person can handle a flat tire or a medical copay without reaching for a credit card. This is the point where savings stops feeling like a sacrifice and starts feeling like safety. With a buffer in place, a sudden bill is no longer a crisis. It is a temporary withdrawal from a fund you've already prepared to refill. Because this automated infrastructure stays in place, it continues to work as you scale your savings toward $10,000 or more, while also preventing the emotional impulses that lead to panic selling. Building this system is the most difficult part of the process, but once it's built, it runs whether you think about it or not. To optimize your financial system further, click the video for 7 money rules I wish I knew earlier and subscribe to the channel.